Now that you know how Google AdWords works and you understand the benefits of Google AdWords, you're ready now to get into and follow the 10 steps to set up your first profitable AdWords campaign. This is really the bulk of what we're going to be doing in this AdWords course. And the first of those steps, the first of the 10 steps, is really to define success and set up tracking. That is what we're going to cover in this lecture. And I'm going to really walk you through this first important step. As well as this being the first important step, this is generally one of the biggest mistakes that people make with AdWords. They don't define their success or set up tracking, and that is a major error that can be extremely expensive and costly to fix. So this is a step that you should take, and by taking it, you're actually avoiding a very common mistake that people make on AdWords. So before you pay for a single click, you first need to determine exactly what you want your advertising to accomplish. You should always set your goals first and make decisions towards those goals. For example, your goals may be to increase brand awareness, make more online sales, increase phone calls to a local business, get more app downloads, generate new leads like email signups. You might want to have more in-store purchases if you have a physical location, or expand into new territory. It's okay to change or refine your goals later on, but if you don't know exactly what you want, then no decision in AdWords can be correct. So I think you can see why now this is a very important step, because if you get into AdWords, spend money, you can't correct mistakes if you don't really know where you're going and what is it you're trying to achieve. Now, while Google can't determine your goals for you, they try and make it easy for you to track your goals once you've figured them out. And so this is really the recommendations. This is why it's so important to define success for yourself, the goal you're trying to achieve, and this is what you should really do to set it up. Now, if you've been following along in this course, we set up a goal earlier in the email marketing section of the course, and I'm just going to open it up again to show you the goal that I've set up for the site that I've built in this course. So I'm coming into Google Analytics, I'm coming into the site, I'm coming into admin here, my goals, and you can see that I have a goal set up here for email signups. So this is the first important thing that you should do. You should define your goals, your business goals, and then also set up tracking for those goals in Google Analytics. Now, if you've been following along, we've already got that set up. That is one particular goal you could have, email signups, but your goals could be something like getting actual online sales or any of the other ones that we talked about here. So it's important to define those goals and not just define them on a piece of paper, but then actually start to track those goals in Google Analytics. And the reason that you really want to understand this in Google Analytics is because AdWords may show you a keyword which has a great click-through rate, but when you look deeper into Google Analytics, you see that the term doesn't convert well or has a high bounce rate. That kind of information can really help you optimize your AdWords account. So this is the key thing. Why do you need the analytics in Google Analytics if you've already got them in Google AdWords? Well, the key thing is that Google AdWords won't really track your goal completions unless you've got them connected and unless you've got your goals set up in Google Analytics. So the second recommendation is now to link your AdWords accounts to your Google Analytics and Search Console. The first thing that you'll need to do is actually go ahead and create an AdWords account. I've included the link here. All you need to do is sign in. They might set up kind of an ad setup process. You can just skip that. There's a button at the bottom to skip through that. But essentially right now what you want to do is just sign into AdWords. All you need is your Gmail account that you've been using before. We actually already signed into AdWords earlier in this course in the SEO section when we were using the keyword planner tool. And what you want to do now is just link your AdWords account to your Google Analytics account and Search Console. So what we need to do is come into Google AdWords, then come into settings, then come into linked accounts. And what we're going to do now is link this AdWords account to the analytics for my particular website. Now I'm coming into Google Analytics here, And I can see here's the setup link. This is not linked yet. I'm going to save this, import the site metrics, and now that has been linked there. There we go. So that is it in Google AdWords. What I also want to do is maybe link that to the Search Console. So still here in my account details, I'm in the Search Console. I need to input the link of my site here. So continue with that. And good news, we've found that you've permission to access the site. It's now linked. There's the new site. And so that is done there. So what we've done now is we've linked to our Google Analytics and Search Console. And the final thing that you'll want to do is actually in Google Analytics, link back to your AdWords account. So I know you've already linked it, but this is kind of, you have to do it in AdWords and then you have to do it in Analytics as well. So coming into Google Analytics, you just want to click to AdWords linking here. And I can see that that's already been linked up. There's one linked account. It's to my name there. And that's okay. So that final piece, I didn't actually have to do anything. It's just checking that that's linked up. And that's essentially it. So to recap on what you have learned in this lecture, the first important thing that you need to do before you pay for a single click is to really define your success. It can be any one of these goals. It can be just using, getting new leads, like we've set up already in the email marketing section of this course. And just make sure that you've set up goals in Google Analytics and then interlink to your accounts as well so the information can flow between each of them. So that is the first important thing you should do. That is the first biggest mistake that most people make. And if you've got that done, you're already saving yourself a lot of time, frustration, and money. Now that was the first point. In the next lecture, this is quite a good one, to actually really analyze your PPC competition. We're going to look at some live ads, brainstorm some ideas, so you can really build upon what your competitors have already done and have even more successful ads from them. So see you in the next lecture where you're going to learn how to analyze your PPC competition.